Live from the Dunkin Latte Lounge.
Hey, welcome to our Dunkin Latte Lounge. I'm Maxwell, but it's not about me. I like how you did the wave because it is about you today. Julie Miralles is with us. Give us a round of applause here in studio.
Hello.
Welcome, Philly native to, right up the road here in New York City to our brand new Dunkin Latte Lounge. Julie, I need to know, where's the smile come from? I need to know, at what age did you know that music was going to become your life's work? I need to know why Joan Jett? All the questions. I have a lot of things going on in my mind, but first I want to say welcome.
Well, obviously, I grew up with a lot of musical influence. My dad was a drummer for a really long time. Then he switched over to guitar.
Okay.
And when I was growing up, I was influenced by a ton of Beatles albums, Revolver. It was all Beatles, all the Smiths. So as I sort of got into my teen years, I was like, wait a minute, I can sing. And I was like, I kind of figured it out. Kind of pieced together, and I was like, hold on, what if I sang and I played an instrument?
Okay.
So then when I was in middle school, I decided to start playing the bells, and I was like, you know what, percussion.
Can I ask you a little something about the bells? Because a lot of people, I think it's a misconception that it's a pretty easy, that the triangle, tambourine, stuff like that are really, but no, there is a lot of technique
difficult.
that goes into it, right?
Yes. Oh
okay.
My gosh, yes.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Just want to clear that up.
just a question that's itching at the back of your head.
For sure it was. It always has been. But so when you thought let's put this voice to instruments, it was percussion that you were drawn to first, huh?
Yeah. No, I think the reason why I liked percussion so much, especially the bells, was that I was able to have this full scale of sound that I can make rather than just have to worry about did I play blah, blah, blah chord, I could be I hit something that makes a sound. It's so much easier. But then I found when I got out of middle school and I started moving towards drums, because I saw how my dad played drums, and I was like, I want to do that.
Okay.
I learned one beat, and then I immediately stopped, because I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Was it difficult?
It was so difficult. Oh, my gosh. And then when I picked up a guitar, it was literally, way too big for me.
Okay.
And
Fair
I
enough.
literally spent weeks trying to be self-taught and be oh, my dad would be oh, can I help you? I'd be no.
No, you
I
wanted to
do
do
it
it
myself.
yourself.
I wanted to be able to have the statement and say to someone, oh, I'm self-taught. And so you're really? And I'm like, yeah.
There is
yeah,
something cool about saying self-taught when you
oh
pick
my
up an
gosh.
instrument. Yeah.
So cool, yeah.
But you took the lessons though. You have to really focus in and why guitar from percussion?
I think the reason why I wanted to do guitar was because I always, when I saw, people, obviously, Joan Jett and stuff, especially female artists, whenever I saw, a girl who can play rock and roll and have a guitar in her hand and, sing in a mic, it was the coolest thing ever to me. And, I felt like that was more interesting rather than being in the background and, hitting, a cymbal and being yeah!
Yeah, for sure.
That's fun, don't get me wrong, but I feel, so much more connected to being able to have, be a front woman.
For sure.
Almost.
Let's talk about that connection. What's it like to write your words, to have those melodies, to feel those emotions, and then put them to song? Because, that's just a powerful tool.
Oh, my gosh. That's a great question, actually. And I think the way that I do is that I'm a very emotional person. I'm a very sensitive person. I think through emotion, and that's sort of how I express myself as well. So I've always written poetry. I really like poetry. So it was really easy for me to have that transition from speaking about it into turning into my music.
Do you remember that first poem that turned into a song?
Oh, my gosh. I wrote a poem once, and it was about, like flowers, but it was more symbolistic to girlhood in a way, and I turned it into a song, and I was like, this is really cool. And then I haven't used it yet, but I'm planning on using it. But it was one of my favorite poems.
How many journals, how many iPhone notes, where are all these poems, these stories? There's got to be loads of them out there. You're constantly creating,
it's
right?
a labyrinth. It's a total, you can look in my basement, there's a whole shelf of journals and stuff,
and those are the first things that you're going for in case of a fire, right?
Oh my gosh,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, just want to make sure.
The first thing.
Everybody else. All right. Sorry, Mom, Dad. No, here's the thing. I'm going for the journal.
Can't go for the dog. I gotta go for the journals. It's more important.
Let's talk about, before we get into the music, because you've not only got a song that you can perform for us that you haven't even hit the studio yet to record. Am I correct with that?
I have a new song.
We've got a cover that's coming our way in just a little bit. But let's talk about some of those influences, because jokingly, I said Joan Jett, but there was Poppy it was something that jumped out on the page when I was reading some information about you. Why Poppy as someone who you would either love to work with, collaborate with, but why her as an influence?
The reason why I liked Poppy so much is that I am a metal fan, but I'm also a fan of pop as well.
Yeah.
And with her music style, just the way that she writes, she like takes pop and metal and she like makes a combination. And the way that she does that is just so well done. And her lyricism is like, it's so unique. And I think that's really cool to be able to have like that crossover of two genres. I think that's dope.
Metal fan, dude. Like, are you talking when you get older? Are we gonna have, you know what I'm saying, the tattoos? Maybe, huh?
We'll see.
Who was that first? As you said earlier, as we started this conversation, you're talking some of the greatest artists, the Beatles, the Joan Jetts that we have mentioned, but some of these metal bands that you've drawn to. Are there any other favorites, or what is it about the sound? What is it about that particular genre that you really love most? How about that?
The one thing that I love the most about the genre is that like the complexity of being able to put together like so many, like a lead guitarist, a rhythm guitarist, like having that add up, that build up, it's just so cool to me. And being able to have like such energy and keep up the energy is just really cool.
Yeah, you got to have a lot of stamina to be a metal band.
Yes,
because you're burning tons of calories on stage.
for
sure.
Like a run around.
Let's talk your music before we get into this performance here. What is it that you love most about who you've become as an artist and who you grow to be as an artist?
Well, I definitely think that when I was younger, I was very focused on being myself. And I think the way that I grew as an artist was very similar to that. I sort of started in a way where I was like, oh, I'm writing this because I want this to sound good so people can like it. Yeah. But the reason why that I changed so much was because I was like, I'm not writing for somebody else, I'm writing for myself. Yes. I'm writing music that makes me happy and music that makes me feel. And it's not gonna be everyone's cup of tea, but it's mine, and I think that's all that matters.
Can I tell you something? Because there is no way, we just met today, and there is no way that you would have known this. There have been so many artists, so many superstar artists who I've spoken to who have adopted that same type of mindset and mantra. And when you're writing, and not to make it like it's a selfish thing, you're not writing for yourself to be selfish. It's what you feel, who you are, what you believe.
100%.
And that authenticity is what connects fans to your music.
Oh my
and
gosh,
why they come to you and for your sound and for who you are is because you're writing for yourself and you're not trying to pretend to be someone else. And to hear you say that literally gave me goosies, because I've had that same type of a conversation with the likes of Lady Gaga and the Demi Lovato's of the world, the Billie Eilishes of the world, and it's just so powerful to know that that's where your mind and your heart is, and that you're writing from that space is just a testament to a solid foundation that you're building for yourself. So, Julia, you're killing it, fam. All right, you ready to do some music for us?
Yeah.
You guys ready for some music here? Yeah, you online? So again, welcome to our Dunkin Latte Lounge. This is Julia. Mike, let's get it, girlfriend. Come on.
This song is sort of about breaking free from his friend zone, but it's also sort of idolizing that person in a way. And this is I Am Your Summertime. Back of the car feels a little too far to be able to hold your hand. Hot leather seats, run to the beach. Who cares if we have a plan? Back of the car feels a little too far to be able to see you trace in mine, born in the sunshine, riding a wave. I'll never feel the same. Between the lines, I am your summertime, hand tracing mine. I am the summertime, riding a wave. I'll never feel the same way again. Thank you. This one is one of my favorite songs by Dolly Parton, like ever, in the history of forever, because it's amazing. So this is my cover of Jolene by Dolly Parton. Jolene, 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 oh, I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Beauty is beyond compare, with flaming locks of auburn hair and ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring, your voice is soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. He talks about you in his sleep, and there's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Jolene. And I can easily understand how you can easily take my man, but you don't know what he means to me, Jolene. Jolene, 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 oh, I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Now you can have your choice of men, but I can never love again. He's the only one for me, Jolene. I had to have this talk with you. My happiness depends on you, whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Jolene, 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 oh, I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Thank you. It's going to be a very different song compared to the ones I just did, so. Oh, there you go again, running your mouth to your attention that I couldn't give. Just being around you was a horrible way to live. And don't get me started on your boyfriend. Treated you like nothing, and you still adore him. I guess that's the one thing that we have in common. Can recognize abuse if it's right on our doorstep. I want you to know that I've been here before. I've seen this room and I've walked these floors, and I wish I had the strength to just walk out the door, because I can't stay in this house anymore. I want you to know that I've been here before. I've seen this room and I've walked these floors, and I wish I had the strength to just walk out the door, because I can't stay in this house anymore. Why do you want me back? Oh, honey, I just don't need that. And I'm leaving the keys to a brand new door, because I can't stay in this house anymore. Why do you want me back? Oh, honey, I just don't need that. And I'm leaving the keys to a brand new door, because I can't stay in this house anymore. I can't pay rent in a home that's heaven sent. Ooh. Thank you so much.
Julia Miralles, one more time, guys, please, in our Dunkin' Latte Lounge. Now, you guys didn't see this before I walked here and I played, because all of a sudden I just emerged, but the control of your voice, I mean, in the showmanship, I see the essences of the, was it like you spent a time, Heather's doing stuff also, right?
yeah.
So I can see the stage presence, but just the power in the voice, and then the subtleness when you are performing a song acoustically that we haven't even had recorded just yet. High five, homie. Like, for real. Like, blown away here. And that's what's so special about us here in this lounge, getting to meet and talk to new artists, is finding those diamond in the rough type people. And to know that you're connecting and you're writing songs that are connecting. How must that feel from your vantage point?
Well, to be able to know that like other people can connect to those sort of songs and know that it's like a mutual feeling, it feels really good, because it not only feels good because it's a mutual connection, but it's also to know that you're not alone in those feelings, and that it's a very common thing and no one is ever alone. So.
Wow, like seriously, it doesn't happen very often in here for me. I mean, I've got a buddy here behind David Pearl in the building here, and you this face, gosh, man. When you feel this house in particular, let's stay on this particular song here, that we're getting ready to hit the studio. And is it going to, what do you feel that the final product is going to be? Are we going to keep it very stripped down? Are we going to keep it very subtle? Or what is that feeling like when you think about the final product as you get to prepare to record it?
Well, the plan was that I wanted to have a lot of layering when it came to having acoustics, because I wanted to do sort of chords, but I also wanted to have a lead guitar part as well.
Yeah.
And have a very somber sound to it compared to my single.
When you feel that these songs are coming together the way that you I don't know, maybe had them in your heart, in your brain for years, and they finally get out there, what's that like when you see that, you hear that finished product?
I think like the little Julia in me, like the younger me, is like smiling and like screaming because she's just so happy, and like I'm also smiling and I'm also screaming because it's like it's so cool being able to like open Apple Music or like open Spotify and like see my name there.
People
and it's
connecting and listening to. I mean, you're
It's
talking
crazy.
about plays, and you're talking about streams that are hitting like in the thousands in like just days, in a couple of days and weeks. You know what I mean? And that smile is big. I see it. I feel it out.
Oh my gosh, it's
That's
radiating.
where we're going to. It's radiating for sure. All right, so we are in our Dunkin' Latte Lounge, and before we get you out of here, Julia, I got to ask one important question that is very Dunkin' Latte Lounge related. All right, I heard or I read that you love some, they're not Jimmy's, they're sprinkles. First off,
thank you.
When it comes to donuts,
if you call it Jimmy's, you're old. Just saying.
So if it's a strawberry frosted donut with sprinkles, not Jimmy's. But what about a nice large Dunkin' iced? I chose a small today. I finished mine up. But if you could share with anyone, you can sit down, you can have a nice iced coffee with someone and have that one-on-one conversation. Who would that person be who you would love to share?
Such a hard question. There's like so many, but if I had to choose, it'd be Morrissey.
Why Morrissey?
Morrissey, he is amazing at writing lyrics.
Yeah.
He is like a total poetic dude, and I feel like if I had like having a conversation with him would just be like very chill. And me and him like both are very into having emotional songs. So I've always had a connection with the Smiths. So being able to sit down and like talk to somebody like that is really, really cool.
Like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour, just however long.
As long as I get to talk to him.
There you go. And as long as that Dunkin' iced latte is free, we'll hook that up for you too, if we can make that happen. Sound good?
Sounds cool.
Yeah. Before we get you out of here, we got to make sure we know how we can find you on all the platforms. So we're not following a Julia Miralles that's like with a fake underscore somewhere. You know what I mean? What are your social media platforms?
My Instagram is Julia Miralles Official. My TikTok is julia.miralles, and for Spotify, it's just Julia Miralles, and for any sort of streaming platform, it's all Julia Miralles.
We can just find you. Boom.
Yeah, just
all
find,
right.
yeah,
just make sure there's no random, like I said, underscore or the dot is somewhere.
Nah,
not
randomly. That technical.
Not that technical, that's for sure. Well, seriously, this was like a true joy to me to be able to,
of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Hear, of course, yes, to hear new music, to watch the like I said, power in the voice, and then to be able to hop here on the acoustic guitar and give us that softness, but the power in the lyrics. Damn it, you did it.
Thank you, man.
You're very welcome. One more time from our Dunkin' Latte Lounge. This here is Julia Miralles.
To see more videos like this, check out DunkinLatteLounge.com. And if you're posting on social, use the hashtag Dunkin' Latte Lounge.